What's up, everybody? Welcome. How are you? Just hold on for a sec. I need to do something very quickly. Make sure that this is going well. Yeah, that's going like a charm. Now I need to add Facebook comments as well. So let's get that going as well. Find post. There you go. On. And now I need to go to my other system so that I can talk to you guys. Alrighty. Okay. Welcome. How are you? Fantastic to see you here with your smiling faces. I am doing something a little bit awkward today. It's a little bit different, so that means that it's also a little bit more raw. However, it's not going to be raw for a long time. So just bear with me a little bit because I am going to make sure that I have your comments set up so that I can see you. Now, I don't have any comments at the moment set up. Hey, Rudy, what's going on? How are you? Hope that you are doing fine. I do see your comments already, so don't worry about that. We'll figure that out later. So, welcome. So, last week we started the new year, the new season, so to speak. And I already showed you a little bit around the studio, etc. But I also talked about maybe setting up the studio from scratch. So what you're actually looking at the moment is actually me talking to a camera that is connected to that system, not that system. So typically I'm watching this side and I'm talking to you guys like this. But in order to make this happen, I needed to do some tweaking a little bit so that you guys can see me. Now, this is going to be a short while because I will be starting up as soon as I can with the setup of my camera, and then we can go through that, and then you can see me going through everything. But that will not be from the start. Hence, I will be doing it a little bit differently. Now, looking at where I am at the moment, I do see that I have my audio set up. And it should be there that if I click on the next button, my audio should be still working. Perfect. So, okay, that is working. So what I'll do now is I'm going to switch to my screen, which is right in front of me. And I will be bringing, what I'll do today is that I will be bringing in my full production, the TechCondo production, together with you. And I'll go walk through all the steps that I do so that you know exactly what I do to make it work the way that I like it. So maybe it's something that you like, maybe not, but we'll see. I did see something that still was there, so I just removed it. So let's start the process and click to my screen. So here you have the screen of vMix, and this is typically how it looks like at this very start. So you have two inputs, both of them are blank. And basically what happens is that the green one on the right hand side, that is your program, that is what you send out to the world. And on the left hand side you see a preview screen which allows you to see what you are doing. So that is the beauty of this setup. Now typically what you see is that you only have one audio input device, but I typically have two of them. But we're going to fix that because I don't want to have two of them for now. I want to have only, sorry, not A and B, but only A, so to speak. So that's what we're going to do now. So you can see my screen right there. So I'm going to the audio setting. Let me see, audio outputs. And I am going to remove this one as well. So then that means that I need to restart my vMix, and that is fine. So then, boom, there you have it. So now we are back to the screen, and everything is the way that I like it. So master is what I am sending out an A bus. I am actually using, and I will be talking about that later. So first and foremost, of course, we want to see each other. So I want to have a camera connected. Now that can be done by clicking on Add Input down below, and then you have a camera. Now in my case, here you can select the audio, different cameras that you have. As you can see, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slots available for video. However, in my case, all cameras are NDI. So here you go, and here you see me right there. This is live, so this is my main camera, as it says here, BD main camera. BD stands for bird dog, that's my own abbreviation, and BD right, this is Dutch for right, that is the one that I'm using for this show. So I'm going to click on the main camera, and that will bring myself in right there. So now you can see me. Note that I still don't have audio via this screen. So this is actually let's start with this one. So this is my main camera, and what I typically want to do is that I want to name not it to be NDI BD main camera HDMI, but something more easy. So what I typically do is that I just change it to main, like so. So I go into clicking on that radar icon, and then I say main. So that is basically it. Nothing there, nothing to be changed. Nothing there, nothing there. But you can see there's a lot of different options there that you can choose for. Triggers that we will definitely talk about at a later stage. And that is about it. Those are the ones that I want to discuss. So there you go. Main is now in the available to us. I also want to add the right camera as well, so I'll do that as well, and that means that is this one right here, and there you will have it right there. So that was the camera that I used on top at the start of the show, and I can still see that you still have audio, which is great. So now this is I call it the right camera because it's on my right, so I don't have to think about it, and I do it in Dutch because I am a Dutch person and I don't want to think during a show. So that is the way that I do it, and note there's still no audio connected. Now these two cameras are actually part of what I call the basis of the show. So the studio, right? So I typically have in the red corner, I typically add the studio. So studio core. So studio core is the core components to the studio. There's nothing there, no other stuff here, just the core studio. No branding here whatsoever. So this is just the studio. But that also means that I actually want to add my audio. So now you probably have some double audio in a few seconds. But I will make sure that that's gone within a few seconds, okay? So just give me a few seconds to get that organized. So what I'll do now is I'll add input, then go to audio input, which is right here. Oh, yeah, can you see that? So yeah, you can see that. So audio input right there. And then I select in a plethora of different options. I select the Go XLR system. Where is it? The chat. No? Is it this one? Check, double check. I think it is this one. There's no other one, so it must be that one. Oh yeah, this is a stream mix. This is chat mic. So yeah, that must be it. So let's click that and mute on headphones. Yeah, we can do that. And then we click. And that should work. Perfect. It's not working. Okay, perfect. Well, that's fine. So you can hear me via that one, but that's fine. So now I actually have it also in my setup. So I have my my audio broadcast stream. So this is what I call the Go XLR right there. And I do not need this. So what I could typically do is I just click this away, like so. And I also click these two away because I don't have audio. But before I do that, I just for the sake of it, remove all of these just in case. And then I just click, oh, I forgot about that one. Click this away, just in case. So now I have still a very clean slate. So that makes that very handy. And I also want to make sure that that is also part of the studio course. So the only thing that I need to do is go into this and selecting it, putting it there. Selecting it, putting it there. Selecting it, putting it there. And then the radar turns red, as in the studio core. So if I click here, you'll see it. If I click on green, it's all gone. So that is the way that I typically do the main studio core. Now this is actually the only things that I really need, right? So with this, I can actually go live whenever I'd like, and it doesn't matter what kind of other branding that I have. But I do also need branding, right? So in order to do that, I am also going to bring in some stuff. Now, what do I need to bring in? So first and foremost, I need to bring in the startup of the show. So in order to do that, I can go to add input, and now I know that if I go into video, I will probably see it right here somewhere, but typically you will not see it. So you will see TechCondo here, etc., etc. But I want to have the TechCondo branding May 2019 TC start timer as this one right there, and this is only doing the loop. So if I click it here and I do it like this, you will see that it's actually doing some animation, but there's no counter at all. There's nothing there to be desired. So what can I do to make that better? Well, I just think about what I can do best. So let me remove that just in case. Let me try something else first. So first, I want to add a countdown. So I'm going to go to the title, and I'm going to timer. And it doesn't really matter which one I'm taking, but I just take the white one, which is centered, and I just use this one. Boom, right there, like so. So that is the timer. So this is actually providing me the current time, but I do not want that. I want to have a countdown timer. And in order to get that, I need to go to settings, then say I want to display it as minute, second, and the duration is 10 minutes, for example. And that's basically it. So when I click the countdown timer, it will automatically go down, which is perfect. That's exactly what I wanted it to do. Now, next up is that I want to just stop this one for now. So this one I am going to name timer. And arguably this can be something that is generic until it's not. So I'll just keep it as this at the moment, because I need to figure out if I want to make this a generic timer or a timer that is, well, a little bit less generic. Let me try something else, because it might be possible to bring in the background in this. So let's see if that is possible. So then to do that, go to multi-view, and let's bring in, and I need to bring it in anyway. That's a bit of a shame. So now I need to bring in the video, which is the one that I just set, the TC starting time, 30 seconds, right there. And I will come on here, and I say multi-view, and I'm bringing that one right there, which is not working. So let's put that up. Let's try it like so. So that's not working. Okay, that's a bit of a bummer, but that is something that we can organize, I think. So let's try to do it the other way around. Let's put the timer here. Why is that not working? What am I doing wrong today? It should be, oh, okay, sorry, my bad. Oh, my bad. Let's go back. Sorry, I was not paying attention. So let's put in the timer right there. There you go. That's not perfect, but that will do for now. Okay, so this is the one that I'm actually going to use as a timer, but because this is a separate entity, I do need to do something awkward, which is that I need to provide the triggers on this one. So let's go into this one and just make the text a little bit better. So that is with title editor. I use code as a font within TechCondo. So I'll just get code right here and see what it looks like. So that already looks a little bit more familiar to me. See, that looks familiar, but it's not perfect yet. So let's start to position it a little bit better. So let's pan it to the left and maybe zoom it out a little bit, like so, a little bit, and then a little bit lower, right there. Now let's run it a little bit. Let's see how it acts. That's perfect. That's what we like. All right, cool. So that is working. Now that is great. But what I want to do is that once this timer is finished, right? So I have the timer right here. I want it automatically to go to the main. And within vMix we have things that are called timers. And in order to do that, we actually need to do something which is a little bit off of the logic, and that is basically using a timer as a basis, not this part. So this is the countdown, so I'll just make this a countdown down animation. So just something like that, a bit of more text, maybe even put it right there. And the timer by itself, I need to add some triggers. So in the triggers, you go to the radio button right there, then go to triggers, and then say on countdown completed. Then I want you to cut to the main shot, and that is perfect. Add. Okay, let's see what happens if we change this to a little bit of a shorter interval. Let's say 0, 0, and then 20 seconds. So we don't have to wait too long. And then just say go with the flow. Let's see what happens if it reaches the 10 seconds marker, or the 0, 0 marker. It should automatically put the yellow bar into the green bar, and that's it. So that will be done in 2 seconds, 1 second, boom, perfect. That's what we want. So now we have arranged that part. But that's not all we want to have. So now we want to add also on completion, I want it to enable my audio. Because actually it's a little bit differently even. On the transition in, I want it to cut down my audio. So the audio needs to be muted. So I would like my audio, which is the audio on the Go XLR, to be muted. So then I say audio, let me see, set volume, there you go, set volume on the Go XLR to 0 add. So that's on transition in. So whenever I go into it, so you will see the Go XLR one right here on the right hand side, you will see it go like this. So whenever I say cut, you will see that go down. You will still hear me because you're going through this video, setup right there, but it will be gone. Look at this, boom. It should be gone. It's not working. Okay, well, why? Why is that? Why is that? Oh, because, right, I know why. That's because I'm now doing it on the timer, which doesn't make sense. So now I need to remove that. That makes perfect sense. So now I go in here, I say on transition in, I'm going to audio, I'm going to do a set volume to 0 on the Go XLR add. So now, whenever I do this, the Go XLR on the right side will go down. Boof, there you go. It's gone. You still hear me, that's fine, but this one is gone. So now if I could bring it back up, you will hear me again. That's perfect. That's exactly what we like. That's exactly the behavior that we like. Now, when the timer is finished, I obviously want to have my audio back, but I want my audio to come in, increase a little bit in that area. But I also want to bring in some music during this countdown timer. So we are going to create a list of music. Now, before I do that, I think that this countdown animation is really centered to TechCondo. It also has the TC logo, so I need to make this a separate branding option. So I'm going to use for TechCondo the green option right here, and I'm going to name it TechCondo branding. So this is TechCondo branding. Oops. So this is solely for TechCondo, and it's only being used for that. So that's what I want to do. And as you can see, the studio car only has those 3 items, and TechCondo branding has nothing. So I'm going to the black one again, and then I'm going to swipe this one to TechCondo branding. The timer by itself is something that you can reuse for other stuff, but because it's all tied into the branding, I am also going to bring it to the branding. So now these 2 are now also available right there, which is branding, which is totally fine. That's all exactly what we like. No worries about that. Okay, so we've managed, whenever I go to the countdown timer, that my audio is switched off automatically. And at the end of this, we will have our screen back to me. But again, I want to have some audio. So let's go ahead and create a list and add some MP3 to it. Now, I do think that I don't know if I created a asset folder for that, so I'll check that quickly. It might not be the case. And if not, I will create one. So it seems that I don't have it. So that means that I need to create it. So, but I am actually using those for all of my shows. So I'm going to add a music assets. And in here I'll add also music, just because. And I will be copying all the music that I have in my downloads. I know that I have that in my downloads. I will add those to my list. So I'll do that on the type, and I'm going to search for them. There you go. These are all music. And there you go. So I actually just picked it from that's not what I wanted. So I'm gonna do it again. So I went to downloads, type. I am copying all of these. No, I'm just copying them because otherwise something else will go away. So I'm just stop. I'll just say copy, copy, and then I'm going to go to D, videos, assets, music, Ctrl V. There you go. And those will be coming part of the list. So now I'm going to say add list, and then I am going to go to D, videos, assets, music, and then I want to have all of these just right there. And that's perfect. Boom. There you go. So this is the list, and this is music. Music. So that's also taken care of. But for music, I need to do some other stuff. So first and foremost, I need to say loop audio, because this is definitely something that I want to have on audio. And I also want to make sure that it does not auto mix. So this one toggles automatically audio mixing on this input. No, we do not want to have this. We want to have this in here all the time. Okay, so this is a list that you can see here. It says auto next and it's looping. So that means that once I start it, it will automatically run through it. So this is now running and it's doing its thing. You cannot hear it, but as you can see, it is actually working right through there. But you can hear that. Huh, interesting. That's interesting that you can hear that. Okay, that's something that was unplanned, but you can hear the music a little bit in the very back, so that is cool. So that means that you can actually also hear it when I'm starting to work with that. Okay, so what I want to do is that I'll just switch off this music a little bit. I'll just stop it. But what I want to do is that whenever I cut to my countdown timer, I want it to automatically start the music. So let's do that. So I will go to the configuration. I'm going to go to triggers. I'm going to say on transition in. I'm going to say let me see, audio. I make sure that the audio set audio volume from the music to let's say 80. But maybe we should not do it this way. Wait a sec. Why am I saying maybe I don't want to do it this way? Is that because I might be tempted to maybe switch it in. So I want to have a little bit, like fading in and not like boom. So in order to do that, I must do something else. I actually need to do a different one, and that is set volume fade. Yeah. So set volume fade for the music, and the delay is roughly so the delay can be immediately because I want to have it immediately switched on, but I want the volume to be on 80, but I want that being done in 300 milliseconds, for example. Let's add that. So on transition in, my Go XLR will be switched off automatically, and on transition in, the music will be set to 80 after 300 milliseconds. So let's check if that is working, but I also want to switch it on if that is not still on. So let's also say on transition in, just in case that I want to do a playlist. I want to start playlist. Is it this one or the other one? Let me see if I can do it differently. Start. Let me see if it's start. Start. Yeah, start playlist. Yeah, it must be this one. Add. Let's see if this is working. Okay. All right. So let's see what goes on if I do this. Nothing. Okay, that didn't work. That did not work at all. Okay, let me see. Let's try it again. So let's make sure that this is running. And let's do that again. So that is not doing what I'd like it to do because... Why? 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 This isn't transitioning. First select playlist. Yeah, but that was not... Oh, is that a, oh, that's a trigger. Gotcha. Let's see if we can do that. Let's make that a little slower. First, select the playlist. Oh, don't. Well, this was good. So, select playlist. And the playlist is called music. Add. And then this one goes first. Let me see if this does what it needs to do. Okay. This one goes up again, like so. This one goes there, and I'm going to do this. There. So that's not working, but that is fine. We'll figure that out. No worries. Why is it not working? Maybe I should do it a little bit differently. Let's see what happens if I do only this part. Let's go back and let's do this. So not even that. So something is fishy. Something is not going as I have planned. Why? Because maybe he does not like this. What did I take? So then let me try this one first, see what happens. That doesn't do anything. Okay. I'll try the other one. Oh, this one has to go. Yeah. There you go. That's what I wanted to see. That's great. That looks good. That looks good. Okay, so it was the comma. Okay, that was the first thing. I do see your comment chat, but I didn't put in the I would say that's the graphics yet. So welcome, Andy. Great of you that you're here. Rudy, I do see your comment. First, select the playlist. I have to look that up indeed. Andy says, could you show how you set the Go XLR up as an audio input? Yeah, I actually did that on at first, Andy. So it's already there. So if you go back to the screen, you will see that after the video, you will see that. But basically, it's just add input, and then go to audio input, and then you select the chat mic. That's all you needed to do, and then that's it. That's working. And this is also working, but you cannot hear me now because of the way that I have set up this show. You're actually looking to me via that computer right there, and that's also where the audio is coming from. And sometimes it's coming from this one, but it's not all the time. So it's a little bit of a different, it's a bit of an awkward thing. Okay. So that's working. That's great. So, but now I want it to also start the playlist up. So I want to start playlist. Yeah. So now let's put this one there. And see what happens then. So let's remove this one. I'm saying blah, 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 and boom. No playlist. No! Okay. Okay, we still have to figure this one out, guys. Because this one is not doing what I wanted to do. Start playlist. But this is a video. That's not what I want. I need to figure out which one it is, which trigger I need to take. This is the first time that I do this part. Maybe it's like setting. Maybe I should go to not general audio. Maybe. No. Playlist. That's the only thing that I have. Next playlist entry. Previous play. But yeah, you have to select a playlist. Open playlist with name matching value. Okay. But it shows it very awkward. So remove this one. Delete. Huh? What's going on? On transition in. It must be what you said, that you need to select this playlist. Open playlist with matching name value. So this is the value, and the name is, well, I think it's called music, right? Music. Add. And I'm going up. And let's see what it goes on right now. So now it's switched off. And this, boom. See, now it doesn't even do that anymore. Which is really awkward. So that is not doing the thing that I wanted to do. And if I do it like this, oh, sorry about that. Where am I? I'm here. Hi. If I do it this way, it will work. See? So, but I wanted to start as well. That's the only issue that I'm facing at the moment. So, yeah. What did I do wrong? Must be something else. It is definitely on transitioning. It's definitely, it looks really like this. I have to select the playlist. Does it really need to be music, yes, about watching? Okay, let's copy this one. But if I go to another one, then that changes, right? That's the name, music. Automatically play with transition. Automatically play with transition. Yeah. It should work. Okay, well, maybe I should check this later because we've taken too much time already, but this is what I wanted to do. And you do hear that music too loud, so sorry for that. So I'll have to check that out later, but I'm already happy with this part because now whenever I switch, the song will be a little bit louder, which is great, and I can just put it on loop, but it's not what I want. So, but anyway, but now at the very end of this countdown timer, I actually want to, you know, have it go down again. So let's do that as well. So then we go back to the timer, because remember the timer is the one that actually decides what to do with when the timer ends. So now on countdown completed, I can now say that I want to go to the audio, and I first want to switch on my audio, my XLR audio. So I say set volume of the Go XLR to 80. So that's 80%, because I always want to have a little bit of leadway up and down, never 100%. And that will be gone like immediately. Well, no, also not immediately, because otherwise you will hear like very quickly you can hear it. That's not nice. So I want to do it a little bit differently. On countdown completed, I want to go into audio. I want to set the volume, fade, no delay, but I wanted it to go to 80, but I want it to take, well, roughly 100 milliseconds. So it's still quite fast, but it is definitely a little bit nicer than just poof, like this. That doesn't sound good. So now I'm gonna add this one. Now I'm going to add one additional one, and that is the same thing but the other way around, is that I want to also set the audio of the music that I'm playing to go down. So I then say volume fade, and then it is of course the one that I'm playing, which is the music. I want that also no delay, but I want to have it to 0, but I want to take 400 milliseconds. So I want it to take some time to do that. Add. I mean. Now, let's see what happens. So I start with this open, I start with this closed, and then I just say blah, 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 blah. I'm going to go to this one right here. And I'm also going to set this for 20 seconds again. I'm going to start it, and it's starting, and I go like this. So now the music is running. Music is running. That went well, but the Go XLR didn't go up. That was a bit of a shame. So why didn't that go up? Why didn't that go up? Ah, not preview. I am talking about Go XLR. Add it. There you go. One more time. So a lot of trying things out to get it organized. But yeah, I'm looking to see if you guys can still hear me, so that's the reason why I'm doing that. So a lot of trying out, trial and error is a great thing to change that. So this is down, and let's put that back to 20 seconds, maybe 15 seconds. It's a little bit long. 15 seconds. Go. And we're back. Yep, that's ish. Not perfect, but ish. I think that the music went away too fast. So let's give that a little bit more of some time. Maybe it's a little bit too drastic. Let's give that one 900 milliseconds. And maybe also a bit of a delay. 100. 1000. Edit. All right, let's do that one more time. Okay, run. Took, and gone. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, 8 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's perfect. Liking it. Yes, that's what we want. That's maybe a little bit more, but that is definitely good enough for me for today. So that's the startup of the show. So we have the countdown timer done, and the start of the show is also done. Now, of course, that is beautiful, but we also want to have a little bit other stuff there as well. So I also want to have my main my main leader of the show also there as well. So that is, let me see if I can find it here. No. That's an introductory TC timer support. Where is it? Opening. That's the one. Right, 2018. Wow, that's shocking. Okay, so whenever you start to run a video, the first thing that I always do is that I go into the trigger and I start to say on completion, please cut to main add, because it will always not. It's not standard. It will always not do that. So let's go in and check if that is working and if there's an audio there as well. But, oh yeah, oh by the way, I can actually talk through this. Kermit, what are you doing, man? Hey. Yeah. Kermit is in the house. I wanted to, again, drop my audio because when I'm starting with this, I don't want you, well, basically to hear me. So I'm going to on transition in. I'm going to go to the audio, and again I'm gonna do it the nice way because it is less of a. Because oh yeah, one more thing. In my studio, I do have I do have the unfortunate side effect that there is a bit of a background noise because my computer is actually having a bit of noise there. And you can hear my cat, which is totally fine, but it's I want to do it with this nice fade because that's more beautiful. So go XLR, volume, it goes to 0, and I want it to, well, go there in about 500 milliseconds. That's enough. As long as it's not like this. I don't like that. So now let's see if that is working. So if I go like this, boom, my audio is gone. And that one can be done a little bit lower, so you can hear that, but that's fine. And once I'm going back, oh yeah, there's something that I still need to figure out. Let's see, no hands. See, 3, 2, 1. There you go. Perfect. So that means that I'm back, but no audio. So now the audio still needs to be done. So that is then still on completion. Set audio. Set audio fade. Fade to from the Go XLR to 80 again, and I want to do that in 500 milliseconds so that I can start immediately after the fact. So let's do that again. So I'm going to go back to this one or there, and boom. Okay, let's see what's going on. Go XLR goes up, boom, and that one goes perfect. Perfect. All right, so that's now also done. But of course, I also want to show you guys who I am. So I want to add a lower third. So that is a image, and it is a lower third. Or did I make a movie of it? Oh, that's right. It's a no. It's a image sequence. Yeah. So are those all? Add support. Petra. Loading in image sequence. Let's see what happens if I do this. Poof. Nope. Oh, that's something wrong. Okay. Let me remove that. I'm not Paul Shepard. Did I not save that? Paul support Petra. That's the one. That's a little bit quick. Didn't I do that differently? Wow. I thought I had that. I think I might be this one. That's the one. There you go. Boom. Very nice. And then it will also go away. There you go. Perfect. Okay. So now I need to add that as well. So once the TechCondo part is done, I want to add that as well. I don't like the name host L3, so I'm going to say Petra L3. So that is just my name, so I know what this is all about. And I'm going to add that right here. So if I go to triggers again and say on completion, I'm going to say overlay, because I want to have an overlay on top of the thing. And then that is going to be overlay input 1 in. And I want to have the Petra L3 getting in there. But I want to do that with a delay, and that delay can be quite extensive. So I want to make it like 2000 milliseconds, like there. So now, let's see what happens now. Oh yeah, and I want to also remove it from there. So, but that I do not know how much it takes, so I'll just be a little bit more. Let's just give it some, I don't know, 10,000 or something. Let's see what happens. So on completion, overlay 1 out, not off, but out. And let's give it a fair amount, like 13,000 milliseconds add. And let's see what happens now. So you will see it popping up a 1 right here, and then you'll see my name, and then it will also disappear in a few seconds later. So let's get things organized and let's get started now. So So now I have removed, so I'll just make this audio go a little bit slower, lower, so that we can talk still. And so what you'll see is that the GoXLR will go up, and then after that, there you go, audio is up. And then after a few seconds, Petra Verbruggen, that's fine. And let's see if I have enough bandwidth for moving it away. It might not be enough. 1, 2, perfect. Perfect. That's the way that we want to have it. Maybe a bit later, we can do that. That's the beauty of it. So we can say, okay, now that was a little bit too early. Let's make it 3000, edit, and let's make this one 15,000. Edit. Let's do it again. Hey Kermit, what's going on? So TechCondo is working, everything is going well, GoXLR is down, all the overlays are off, going well, and now GoXLR goes up, and this is my name, Petra, blah 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 blah, like a blah la 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 la, and this is going to go away, zoop, like that. And then 3, 2, 1, off. Perfect. Could not be better. That's perfect. That's exactly what we'd like. All right. But I also want to say that you can support the show. So how do I do that? Well, the same thing goes. So I want to make sure that on completion, I want to do again an overlay in, but then I want to do the support one. So now I'm going to go back to add input, and I'm going to go to video, and then I'm going to go to find the support one. If I can find it. The support one is not that important now, to be honest. Let's just keep it without. Let's keep it with that for now. Yeah, let's keep it with that for now. This is good. This is good enough for me. So now we actually have the full start of the show. So that's great. And that means that with this setup that we have now, I can actually just, make sure that I have the show. So the only thing that I still need to do is to add these to the TechCondo branding. So that the way that I do that is to select and hold my mouse button down and put it into TechCondo branding. Now this is all branding, and this is the main studio setup, and that's roughly it. With this setup, I can actually already go live. So that's beautiful. Now, of course, I also want to have like a second, like a two camera setup. So I can do that also. So I can say I want to have a image, and that image is a pip, and that needs to be a pip for TechCondo. So, this one, check. That's an old one. I don't like that one anymore. Let me just try to figure out where it is. So videos, TechCondo, branding, pip, TC pip. There you go. So this is the pip that I actually use. So this looks like roughly like this, so that you can see. And I like this. This is a nice pip branding. So this is definitely branding. So let's put that right there. But I also need that as a setup. So I need to This is the template. So I can remove that one. I don't want to see that one, but I do want to create new ones. So what I typically do is color and then say black color, and then I just add, and then with the multi-view, I start to build on top of it. So now you can do it like so and so, but then you can see that 2 is above 1. So that means that the pip needs to be, I typically just pick it on the 5th location or something like this, boom. So I have all this space in front of it to do my job. So typically number 1 is the main, and with the position I can just scale it, put it right there like so, and then of course try to make it a bit more interesting. I think that is also already good. Cropping is needed, as you can see, so I'll just crop it a little bit there. And this is a nice, let me see how that looks. Yeah, that looks really, actually very good, to be honest, right? Let me see, this is also the place where I sit normally, so maybe a little bit more to that side. So let's give it a little bit more room for me so that I'm more in the center. And then the only thing that I then need to do is to add other stuff. So what I typically have is that I have a screen, maybe the one that I have right there, to show you stuff. So this is, for example, the pip for the screen. So I'll just say pip computer. So this is the pip for the computer, and that works with a input, which is a desktop capture, local desktop, display. So this is display 1, this is display 2. We can just put it on display 2. Oh, so, and then I go into desktop capture. That's fine. I think that that's a good name. Oh, that was not intended. Then I go to multi-view and I say desktop capture, and then I need to position it a little bit because it's always a little bit off. So zooming in a bit, making sure that everything is in place, and then zooming out again. And that is basically the setup for that one. So now you guys can see that you're there. And this is a nice startup. So this is the pip computer, and I can actually create a new one. So now I go in here, I just go into this one, and I say this one, but then I say copy from pip computer, and now I only have to change this one to right, and then that is also done. So now we are ready to have those two ready as well. Now this is not a logical location, so I always start with the countdown, and so I need a timer, but the timer I have to actually start the timer before I do this. So that one goes there. All right, that one goes there. Then the music is there. Then the TechCondo, then the lower third starts. Then I need those two. That one goes there. Perfect. So now I have this one, that one. So now actually I have everything that I want, and then it's time to save. So now, as you can see, I created the last one in July of 2019. So that's also the reason why I wanted to have a new one, because things change over time, and I did have some issues. So now this is called September 2020. Poof. So from now on, I'm going to use this one as a new setup. That's it. That's all. I'm ready with starting the show, and thank you very much for watching. So I went through all of the steps that I did to start the show, and tell me please that, oh, I almost forgot the lower thirds. Jeez, I'm looking at the screen and I'm not even thinking about it. Petra. So title, recent. Let me see if I have it here. Probably will having it. No. Oh. Well, in that case, let's do it differently. I thought that I had it. Okay, then I'll just make it on the fly. So let's do an image, and the image is of course the social that I want to have. And of course I cannot find it that quickly, so I'm just going to go through this, the videos, TechCondo, branding, then social, comments BG. There you go. So now if I click this, that is the one that I always have. Perfect. So that is the, let me go. I thought that I made one for it. So, but you can actually create that differently. How are you bringing a system like browser audio into this production template? Good question, Kathleen. So the way that I can actually do that is that I am using the GoXLR for that. Hey, Kermit. Hey, come here. Come here, guy. Let me... There you go. Yeah. What's that? Hi. What's going on? You don't like this now, huh? Okay, you'll get some food later. He really doesn't like it at the moment. So yeah, it's a good question. How are you bringing in a system audio? So that's via the GoXLR. That's really the way that I need to do that. Kermit, don't hurt me. What are you doing, man? Come on. Kermit is gonna fight me at the moment, I think. Oh no. Let me try to explain that to you. So the GoXLR is a very nice product, and I actually want to really delve into it at the later stage. But because you asked for it, let's just quickly show it. So you can also add an audio input to your stream, and that is called audio input, and that is called the, wait for it, it's coming, if I can find it, the broadcast stream mix, right there, doof. So that is the audio, so that is this one right there. But that is the total thing, so that's everything. So you can do a few things. You can say, I only want to have the edit, and I can actually check that out, if that's all, the way that it works. But I think that's, wait a sec. No, I'm also debating it myself. Broadcast mix. Yeah, that should be working. What did I select here? GoXLR. That's a bit of a bummer that I didn't. I think, but I can check that very quickly. Let me try something very quickly. So I'll just start up a Chrome browser very quickly, and Epidemic Sound, because then I'm logged in and I can actually do that without hindering somebody because I'm paying for it. So I'm gonna play it.
No fui el primero ni seré el último, pero sé que lo gozaré. Para serte sincero, un Dios el que te enseñó lo que puedes hacer con mi piel. Yeah.
That is the way that it works, so you can actually do that. Now, but, there's a but. And that is that if you do that on the same board then that you use for listening for yourself, then that becomes a bit of a problem. So you then have the GoXLR application right here, and then you've got this really cool routing table. And the only thing that you need to do is that you do not want to have, for example, the system audio to go to your output. So you can actually change that so that your mic is going through that, and that is something that I use for the when I have the interview. I just switch that off, and then I can hear the interviewee, and I can just do it that way. So that's good. That's the way that I work on that. But I'll make sure that I have a little bit more content on that topic very soon. Thank you, Kathleen. So I still need to do the comments, but I thought that I created a comment for that, a comment version. So let's see if that is, if I'm mistaken. It might be that I'm mistaken. That would be a bit of a shame, but so this one is the bubble comment that I have, but I don't have one for the other one. Okay, let's do that. What I'll do is that I'll check that out. I'll create that for the next. So what I'll do is next episode, next week we'll talk about the graphic designer. So I have some time to 100% verify if everything's working the way that I think that it should be working. I've done it before, but it has been quite a long time ago, so I still cannot show your comments, but bear with me on that topic. Thanks for showing that. Yeah, so Andy, I will also, okay, next week we'll be bringing in the comments, and the week after we'll do everything with regard to the GoXLR. Would that be helpful for you? Please let me know comments, then I'll know that, and I'll make sure that you get the information that you want. Sorry. Thank you very much for watching. This is a bit of a strange thing, but actually I needed it because I had quite a lot of issues with the current setup, the old setup, and I actually now am cleaned up and ready to go, which is really cool. So now what I need to do is go to that screen right there to shut off the stream, because of course that's not connected with that. Yeah, it would be great to see. Okay, let's do this. Next week we will be talking everything about the graphic designer. So what we'll do is getting some more words. So the social comments will be here printed below, and then I want to have like a ticker that shows when I'm going live, how you can support me, and yeah, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like the channel, that kind of stuff. So really, I will put that in there next week, and the week after we will be talking about the GoXLR, the big one, but also the GoXLR that you are actually listening to also. So I have got two GoXLRs here in the studio. One is for my main setup, this one right there, and that one is for my mobile setup, which we used today. So that is that. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one, the next TechCondo. And yeah, I have to go that way. Bye bye. Why is it locked? Oh, is that possible? Locked. Huh. How can you be locked? Can you be locked with vmix? I cannot even I cannot even switch off the system. vmix locked. That's the first thing. That's awesome. Okay, well, I'm gonna do it the hard way then. See you around. Bye bye. It's all locked. Stop all streams. Huh?